everybody. I hope you are all well. I'm also well, I thank God. Also, I'm here to introduce to you a great deals at Certified Homes. We have Diani Palms. Diani Palms is an ideal place for holiday homes. It is going for, it is 50 by 100. If you want to pay in cash, it's Kenya shillings 500,000. If you're paying in installments, it's Kenya shillings 600,000, whereby we give you an opportunity to pay a deposit of 100,000 Kenya shillings, and then the balance is payable in just 5 months. Kwa hivyo karibuni sana pale Diani Palms. It's an ideal place for holiday homes. It's also secure. Kuna beacons, it is also gated. It is a great place and the security iko sawa kabisa. For more information, call 0711 128 128. Karibuni sana Certified Homes. I'm just here to encourage somebody who has lost something. Sijui kama ushaipoteza kitu. I'm just here to encourage you, and I know I am a living testimony that restoration is real. Restoration is real. So there's a song I did. It's called Mucokereria. Mucokereria, it means God the restorer. God who restores. See, something that I love about restoration or God's restoration is that God takes you to a place where if you would not have lost whatever you lost, mahali ungekuwa. That is how restoration is like. So I want you to imagine what you have lost. I want you to imagine going through a season of losing so much. So I want to inspire you today that restoration of God means that God can take you to a place, yani God ukuvukisha mbele. If you would not have lost whatever you lost, if you would not have gone through that season, mahali ungekuwa, hapo ndipo God ukupeleka. That is how the restoration of God is like. And this song is very interesting, the Mucokereria, because it was after a season. It was after a season of loss. And I did not know how, there's a time you can lose so much that you wonder how you're going to get back everything that you lost. So I'm here to encourage you that there is nothing that God cannot restore. You know, there is no place that God cannot take you. It does not matter how much you have lost. There's nothing that God cannot give you. It does not matter how big whatever you lost was. So the story behind Mucokereria, rather what inspired me to write this song, is basically it after going through a great season of loss. It was a great season of pain. And this was after I had really prayed. I prayed to God to give me a job. You know, I really wanted to go back to media. And this was 2018. I really prayed to God because I believed that you know, doing the gospel show was something that I really held dearly to my heart. It was something that I really loved doing, and I felt I still had an untapped potential. And I told God, I think previously, because I was also a media personality, I felt like that vision was cut short prematurely. So when I really cried to God to restore me back to media. So it was a very the kind of a season whereby I really trusted God with all of my heart. You know, I had trusted God before, but this time around I felt like I needed to go deeper, even in the things of God, to go deeper, even in my ways of trusting God. So during that season, I really prayed. I prayed to God to restore me back to my media job. But hiyo time nakumbuka, it's not many media houses that were being opened, so it was something that I had trusted God for close to a year to restore me back to media. I started trusting God for the media door in 2017, 2018, nikaona kuna kitu inafanyika, you know, and I almost gave up. So at the verge of giving up is when a door opened and I got an opportunity. So they called me na wakaniambia, kuja, we are looking for a gospel a show, TV host, and we think you're good for the job. So me nikaenda, I was very optimistic. You can imagine the joy in my heart because I had really prayed God. So kama ushaiombea kitu and then it comes, you know, the way it feels, an answered prayer. It's like medicine to the soul, you know. And I was very optimistic and very positive about it. Na nikafurahi sana. I thanked God. Na nikaanza kazi. So first month down, second month down, third month, na tukiendelea hivyo ikafika mahali kukaanza kukuwa na struggles kwa the media house. So the salaries were not coming in. And so we thought ni kitu yenye, you know, sometimes these things can happen, na struggles zikuwa real. Sometimes a company can struggle financially also, na inakuwa ngumu kulipa employees wao salary. So we thought it was something that was going to not to last that long, you know. Even if it is the first month, tulikuwa tuna expect at least the following month, you know, tutalipo or something. So unfortunately the payments didn't come. It didn't come as consistent as you would have thought. And unajua hii ni Nairobi, you know, hii ni Nairobi, ulikuwa umezoea kulipa mshahara first month, second month, third month, you know, and then suddenly it is cut short. Suddenly your hope has been cut short. And so we entered to a season of great suffering, great suffering. And I went back on my knees and I told God, you know, I didn't want to look that like I was questioning God, you know. I didn't want it to appear that way. So, and that is how I like dealing with things, you know. Me sipendi ku complain even before God, sipendi kuuliza maswali. So when I went before the Lord for the first time ever, I was wondering, who did I hear or what did I hear, you know. God, ukifungua hii mlango, ukileta hii opportunity, okay, you know, I was wondering, was it even you in the first place? Was it even you? Did I hear right? Because why should I be restored into the media and then there's this great suffering, you know? I have signed a contract. I was very optimistic. Na si vibaya kulipwa, by the way, si vibaya kulipwa, you know, hata kama it is also a ministry that I do. But at the end of the day, I need, you know, we need to eat, we need to pay rent, we need to survive, you know. And it is a place that inafaa pia kutupatia mkate wa kila siku. So I was wondering, don't we deserve to receive payments, or what exactly happens, you know? Probably the other media house are being paid their salaries and all that. What is the difference na hii media house? Kwa nini hawatulipi? Kwa nini sisi hatu deserve kulipwa, you know? And so it was very frustrating and very disappointing for me, especially because I could not understand why a door would be opened that big and that much, because I really loved the job. We really had fun, you know. I really loved the fact that we were serving God. I really loved the fact that I was restored, and so there was a feeling of, why has this shame come upon me, you know? Why is this happening? And I have people, and I appreciate people that appreciate and love my ministry, both in music and also in media. Right when, because I have people who pray for me. I have people who wish the best for me, and they were like, "Hey, we are so excited you're back to media." And then suddenly, unaona shame kama hii, sasa tena amlipwi, you know, and the news was all over, kuna mishahara, watu hawalipwi. And so it was a season of great suffering, and I won't lie to you, surviving was really hard, and especially having to go to work every Sunday with that kind of frustration, you know. Ilifika mahali I had to put it in my mind And this is why I continued working. And so the cycle continued for close 1 year ikapita, 1 year na mimi sikulipwa mshahara 1 year. Ilikuwa inaenda sasa half, 1 year and a half, ilikuwa inaenda another 6 months. So for 1.5 years, guys, 1.5 years I worked without pay for 1.5 years. And so najua ukiwa hapo you're wondering, why did I continue working, And this is what most of my friends, my family, and people who are close to me were asking me, Grace, why do you keep going? Why do you keep working? Kama mishahara wanawa frustrate and all that, why do you keep working? And this is what I used to tell every one of them, is that I know my God. My God will pay me one day. And so ilikuwa inakaa kitu cliche kusema, ilikuwa inakaa ni kama kitu ya kawaida ya kusema, but deep within my heart I had a conviction in my heart that this was not in vain. Going every Sunday, and when I realized that, I put it in my mind, and I purposefully and intentionally decided that I will never complain. As long as ninatoka home, ninaenda kufanya hiyo show, I will never complain, because what is the point of complaining na bado nina show up, na bado ninaenda. So I decided to choose a struggle. I decided to choose one thing. If I am going to go to that show, then I will never complain. Sitawahi fungua mdomo niseme ubaya wa hii media house. Sitawahi fungua mdomo nianze kucomplain kuhusu hii ministry ya media. Sitawahi. Or if I am going to find it hard, or if I am going to complain, afadhali nikose kuenda hiyo kazi. And because I really loved this ministry, and I still do love this ministry, napenda hii ministry ya media sana, I decided, you know what, I know the God I serve, and I know our God is a God of justice. Na najua siku moja, even to the people, Mungu ni mtetezi. Kwa wale watu wenye, hawana voice, because we could not fight it, tulikuwa in a place where there is nothing we could do about it. And I felt, Mungu ndiye mtetezi, God will Mungu atasort hii issue, because he's a God of justice. And so I kept on going there, and I kept on telling my friends, I kept on telling my family, you know what, mimi najua God atakuja tu kutulipa. Miaka yote ya huzuni, miaka yote ya kukosa kulipwa, miaka yote hiyo yote yenye we have suffered in that place, God siku moja atakuja tu kutulipa. And so it looked like just a kawaida thing, until it got to a place and I felt my time here is up. I am ready to receive my harvest. And so when that time came, and you always know when it is your time to leave a place. You always know when it's about time. Kuna mahali inafikanga, enough is enough, Ni wakati tu utachoka that you break the yoke from your life. And so it reached a point na nikasema, you know what, God, I feel it's about time, It's about time. I am ready to receive my harvest. I am ready to be restored. And so I did not struggle quitting that job. I did not struggle leaving the station, because it was God's time. It was about time. And truth be said, I left the station. But in my heart, niliumia. I was so frustrated, because what came into my mind was, wow, my God, yani I am leaving this place with nothing. With nothing. I felt like I was living empty. Like, Grace, umetoka na nini? Umetoka tu hivyo yani. Umetoka tu hivyo. Hakuna mtu, nobody gave me even anything, hata ile payment kidogo. For 1.5 years, haujalipwa mshahara, and I just left just like that. And it was so frustrating for me. And I went back on my knees and I asked God, yani God, unaangalia tu. Unaangalia tu. Mpaka, people are quitting the station, people are leaving, unaangalia tu, isn't there something that can be done? Unajua, ni nani huyo anaweza tutetea? And I was so frustrated, and I remember encouraging myself in the Lord, and I convicted, and this was a conviction in my spirit, and I knew I did not leave empty-handed. In fact, I left with a lot more than I came in with. That is the encouragement I got. I was like, Grace, you have left with a lot more. you have left with a testimony, you have left with experience, you have left with great strength, you have left with great inspiration, that one day you will inspire the people, that it does not matter how much you have lost, it does not matter ni nani amekunyang'anya nini, but God can still restore you back. And so I encouraged myself in the Lord, you know what, Grace, you have not lost anything. You have even gained even more, and God will pay you. And truth be said, after that, when I left the station, it was barely even 3 months. I tell you the truth, God started restoring even things I had lost a few years back. You know, have you ever experienced restoration to a point that God restores to you things that you did not even know you had lost? Or God restores to you things that you had lost a long time ago, unakumbuka. Yani, mimi vitu zilianza kurudi hivi, one by one. And I was like, wow, kumbe yani restoration is that real? I remember God restoring something major that I had lost 5 years ago. I had even forgotten. Hata hiyo prayer point ilikuwa ishaisha. Prayer point ilikuwa ishaisha. Hata sikuwahi ombea hiyo kitu tena. You know like the way you can pray for something and it is not happening, unasema tu yenyewe time ya God tu hiyo kitu ita happen. God restored to me that time. And I was wondering why that time? And I remembered, in my heart, the Lord spoke and he said, I will pay you back. And what you have received is a lot even more. You have not left the station empty-handed. In fact, you have even left with more. I remembered those words. God restored one after the other. And it was not just a restoration, but it was improved. Ilikuja ikiwa sawa. Ilikuja ikiwa improved. Ilikuja ikiwa better even than before. So, I'm just here to encourage you, brethren, that God can restore you back. God can take you to where you are supposed to be if you did not lose what you lost. So it is just in a little while that God the restorer is going to return. And that is how I got inspired to write this song, Ngai Mucokereria. No hanini tu, Ngai Mucokereria nyaroka, Mucokereria, Mucokereria, it's a tambo Calvary. So that is how I got inspired to write that song. It is a personal testimony, and what even God did after that is even a lot more. I do hope and pray that one day I'll be able to talk about what even followed after I sang that song, because now that is another testimony, and God revealed it to me that he is truly the restorer. May God restore to you in double portion. Instead of a shame, may God give you double honor. May God remember you. The restoration of God, it will come in double, and it comes more improved, more advanced than before. God bless you.